Peace, family. Happy Monday. Welcome to A Deck a Day. We're starting with some new vibes, some of my favorite cards. I try not to say that because they're all very unique and very special and resonate in a very specific way. And in terms of the alignment, I, definitely connect with them specifically regarding a specific situation, whatever it is that I might need. I know which one is the best in that moment to lean on. As a result, they're all my favorites. However, this is very unique energy, and the messages are very depth filled and oftentimes feeling more so like that otherworldly kind of energy that we sought after, that we seek all of the time through this journey. And I assume that if you are watching this video, then you are on this journey. So welcome and thank you, as always, for joining me on this journey. We are aligning with as above, so below energy, starseed energy, the stars that we are as well made up of, the 88 constellations and then some that we have no idea of. They have very unique and special messages for us. We are many of them, and when we align, whether we are of that particular essence or not, when we're open to it and to them, they do come through. And it is and can be very, very tangible. And their cards and cards energy and card readings in general, oracle reading in general, is a very tangible tool in order for that to happen. So without further ado, I will use my Work Your Light Starseed deck. And I'm going to be working with 3 mirrors that align in different ways in regards to chakra alignment. This one is one of the first that I made when I was just experimenting with Orgonite. So it's like my random, but a very, very special and unique energy. It has a cowrie shell in it. It has iron pyrite in it. It has black tourmaline, red jasper, gold tiger's eye, yes, and copper, and a little Africa symbol at the bottom, and even has some air bubbles before I knew how to get rid of most of those. And I love the air bubbles, so I actually purposely do some with air bubbles now. And the second one is turquoise, and turquoise mica powder as well as blue kyanite. And there's sodalite in here as well. There is copper and gold leaf. Aligns with the throat chakra, but again has multiple stones versus just the turquoise, which I usually use for throat chakra alignment. And then this one is a more recent one that I made, but aligns, it's a tri chakra, tri 7 souls of raw energy, because it has red jasper, carnelian, and citrine. So it's a bottom up, more rooted kind of energy in terms of prioritizing those first 3 chakras. So whichever one resonates with you, and apologies in advance, this is going to potentially be a long reading. You just got to try to get it under that 15 minutes for IG. But the emotions and the intentions and the energy is always very, very potent just when I pull these cards out. So prepare yourselves for the ride. I always love the connection, even before doing the actual reading. Just in shuffling, 2 cards came out while I was having a very, very intense conversation with a sister girl, queen, friend of mine, and the cards that came out were exactly what we were talking about in that moment. So there's already been a very steady connection that's been made in regards to, me choosing this deck and starting to just handle them, just manipulate them and get them in my hands again. So I'm looking forward to getting the messages and sharing them with the collective. And again, thank you for being here and for listening and for trusting me in this way. So pick your pile, pick your piece of Orgonite, pick your manifesting mirror, And let's see what the starseeds have in store for you. If you chose one of my first, your message is top card. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Whenever I get this card, and I get it often, there's an exhale that comes over me because I always get this card when I'm, not to say feeling like I'm losing faith, but more often than not, when I do a reading for myself or look for guidance, is because I need guidance, because I'm weighing something or there's some type of dilemma or something's heavy on my heart. So to get something like this, when you are looking for comfort and you are looking for confirmation and clarity, it is so empowering and it is so cathartic and so encouraging. And the comfort comes immediately when you see that ever unfolding rose. Ever unfolding means things are always going to happen, and that's part of why you were always going to be unfolding. The universe is expanding, so you are going to and should want to and always be expanding. But it can only happen when you have a little bit of everything, which means it's going to be some trial and tribulation and dilemma and darkness for you to get through it. And it's through that that you actually unfold, that you get cracked open. Cracked open sounds painful. I mean, let's be real. It's like one of my favorite Rumi quotes. He says, you have to keep breaking your heart until it opens. Like, that is some of the deepest stuff, because it's like it's literally telling you to keep hurting yourself, or to allow yourself to continue to be hurt. Be open to the hurt. Choose the potential hurt, because it is only from that breaking, it is only from that crack that there can be open, that there can be an opening. The crack is the opening. The break is the opening. And we can only get it when we're open. We can only receive it upon being open. So it's like to bring in such a positivity to something that sounds so painful is exactly what is comforting, ironically. Because that's when you're like, oh, so this is supposed to happen. It's going to be better when this is done. I need this to happen for the better. And that leads you to gratitude and to celebrating and to accepting where you are. And then to also not feel like it's happening to you, that it's for you, that it's a good thing. Be grateful. Be like all of the things, like now we can all say, things happened that we are grateful, because if that thing didn't happen, we wouldn't be where we are or who we are today. That is what this is telling us. And to embrace what is happening and not think that it is a thing that's happening to you. It's for you. It's for the greater good. It's for your greater good. Trust in the process. I can go on and the time. So I will, wow, y'all, pile one. If you chose turquoise with sodalite and blue kyanite, throat chakra, full on communication activation, your message is keepers of the earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Are you seeing and feeling already why this deck is so powerful? Are you guys feeling me right now? Because I'm feeling this right now, and I always do. And this is a continuation of the two cards that I just mentioned pulling while speaking to my friend, to my girl, to my sister. Because exactly. You, pile two, but all of us, you, we, me, are the keepers of the earth. But we're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside us. We are the only ones that can do what can be done on this earth. We are the keepers, despite and in spite and because of our ancestors and when they were the keepers of the earth. But now it's our turn. Now it's our duty. But they haven't left. They just can't do the hands-on stuff that we have been chosen to do now. That is such an incredible honor. And then to know that they didn't just leave us hanging like, yeah, okay, pass the torch, your turn. Good luck with that. They're here, they're there, they're everywhere. And in acknowledging and being grateful, again, in terms of all of the ups and the downs and the cracked open and the breaking and all of the stuff that has to happen for us to ever unfold and for us to get to the light, to the other side of things. It's the other side of making the earth better. I was just talking to, and I've always talked about the new earth energy. This is about creating and building this new earth. They are rooting for us. They are our rooting for us to do what they didn't get to finish. At the end of the day, it may have just been a time issue because timing is divine and it wasn't their time. What if it's ours? Because it is our turn. But then to not forget that they are still here, that we are continuing the work that they have been striving for. And how could they not, if they were doing what they were doing for this earth and for us while they were here, what makes us think that they're not continuing what they can, if anything, with extra magic, with the sprinkle down, to make it happen? So let's take this Keepers of the Earth energy, pile 2 in particular, more seriously, because there is work to be done right now that only we can do. And we have to be strong enough. Keepers of the earth? Yo, that's not just anybody. And that is dharma. That is a duty. And I'm taking it very seriously, especially with what is happening these days. Don't get me started. We're not alone. Our ancestors are with us, all of us, not just pile 2. All of us, we know this. Sorry, I'm feeling the energy like really, really intense right now. All right, we've got our carnelian, red jasper, citrine energy. And for you, pile 3, your message. Whew, this energy is intense. From the ancestors, from the star seeds that are so prevalently present right now is deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. This is the calm before the storm. This is that energy where you have to charge. You have to make sure that you're ready for the formidable foe. Make sure you are strong enough. Make sure you get enough. It's like what you have to do before a test, right? You don't go out partying before the test or before a big game or before you have to have a speaking engagement or whatever it is that is really, really important for you to have all of your wits about you and to be like super on it and stuff. You're going to retreat, you're going to rest, and you're going to want to be held. You're going to want to feel a sense of comfort, a sense of being at home, of security, of confidence, of support, so that when you have to go out now to deal with what's coming, you have that empowerment. You have that soft place to land, ultimately. So for this pile, I definitely think that there's, especially with this Mercury retrograde right now, there's something coming that you really need to prepare yourself for, but you're a warrior. Like you're ready. Like this is going to be a very, very big cathartic moment for you. You just need to have all of your strength emotionally, physically, spiritually, on every level. This is a huge transition coming for you, and it is leading again to this cracking open energy, this breaking, the heart energy, and the dharma of being a keeper of the earth. So all of us really have to take heed to all of these cards because they're very, very connected, as most of them are. And I give thanks to you all. Much love. Until tomorrow. Time to get back to natural. Peace, peace, peace.